Okay. So when I joined the AWW, I was working at a little tiny independent coffee shop in Minneapolis. And here's what the layout would have been like social map wise. You got me. And I'm like pretty well established already. But fast forwarding to the time that's relevant. And then, so you got someone named, female named Jane. I'm just gonna use J, the first letter. And they were a very cool person, so very cool personality. They were down for the cause in general, but not attractive physically. No like sexual tension going on there. So that's so we'll leave her there, right there as employee number J, and then there's the owner, called P. Let's just leave her out of the equation entirely for right now. So then there weren't very many employees. There's J, and there's the newer one who was V, and she is down for the cause for sure. She seemed like she was down for whatever I was down for, and she was absolutely attractive, very attractive, very hot. So I really wanted to bang her. So as a heterosexual male, this will demonstrate why there really is a need for feminist female leadership and movement type shit. But yeah, it's not that important, I guess, right now. I'm just daydreaming. So there's the plus sign. The X for no, and then there's a check mark for not for for. Damn it. So basically, what I'm getting at is if I go through to organize a social map, this person's very cool and also much more like aware of the city, because this other person wasn't. She's new, but she's very very hot, straight up. So, but yeah, she's cool, but boom, right in the back up, do it again. But then yeah, that was fun times. And so eventually I decide, as a matter of principle, to retreat from the little independent shop because I didn't have any designs on and fucking sorry about that. So I go back to the old chain that I worked at. It was Caribou Coffee. So I get to Caribou to organize it deliberately, and we run into my old became our man, one of my former best friends, and we're working with someone named Renee. I don't give a fuck. And so Nick gets up at 7, bring our night clothes. This is within a week, first week back, and then we're having sexual intercourse in the back storage room. So that's 2. That did not get me off to a good foot because, of course, Nick was a virgin and naive, so he didn't. But he probably had a crush on her, like any heterosexual male wouldn't. Yeah, she was nice, very nice. Turned out she had a boyfriend that she didn't mention, so that made things extra weird, and I backed off. And she didn't seem working there much longer. So we did off the screen. So here's number 2. Joe Baggins. Now we'll get a little more about Patrick. So here's me stationed up. We'll just use the IWW. He joins WW. I got a girlfriend. She joins WW. She's also really hot, and we eventually break up, but keep on having sexual stuff going on in a very not a toxic way either. So it's cool. And then maybe it didn't work, but she likes girls too, so this is really fun. And And so we're sitting there in the middle of this social map that is just a beautiful piece of art by me. Um, we meet Nick, and we smoke a bunch of weed. Nick falls for this girl named Katie. But at the same time, there's that girl named Jamila with a massive crush on Nick. And she's like ends up being one of the crux. But then she has a good friend named Leslie, who ends up being very cool and part of the organizing committee. But what we don't know is that Leslie has a big crush on me. I thought she was a lesbian. I didn't even notice. So then there's a lot of drama, you know. Not yet though. It gets down to it. There's the boss Katie, and new Katie. And boss Katie is cool now. She should have been cool then, but she unfortunately made the wrong call. Yeah, she's cool in real life. So new Katie was kind of a shitty person, but she wasn't bad looking, and dated Nick for a year until they broke up, and I fucked her straight up. And I did it again, and it was nice for me. It felt good, but at the same time, yeah, Leslie, and we think we got the loyalty, and Jamila already just traumatized and hurt from not getting Nick the first place, but now she's like, from what I remember, it seemed like she was then developing a crush on me. Same as Leslie, so they both got eyes on me, banging new Katie, and then they suddenly start turning against each other. And then so we had this, we'll just call it we had the winning formula at the end, but it was all dependent on Leslie making the right moves against boss Katie. Which it wasn't anything, it was just like a Leon at the goal line type situation. But I had one of the times leading up to the climax of the situation. It was like I walked past Leslie and Leslie's sister at the mall where we worked. And Leslie's sister made like eyes at me, and I made eyes back. Not just being polite, but also like, you know. So Leslie probably didn't like that. Leslie badged boss. And that's how the Irish Republic was won.